All right. Shell, recap.
But I've been gone.
Just make snoring noises.
Make it up. What do you think happened last week?
Based off of what tiny snippets of information I've gotten. Let's see. All right. On the last time of Dungeons and Dragons: Grave of Man, I recall trying to find my way through the hallways of the Druid Enclave. Greg had been left behind in the scuffle with the mind flayers and zombies and whatnot, and it was then that I was dragged through a wall. I don't really remember much else. I must have been knocked unconscious, but I heard murmurings from people. Perhaps they were affiliated with the Djinn Prince Bayezid, and we were traveling through places unknown. It seemed like a pathway between dimensions, but something stalled their progress. We couldn't get to the destination that they wanted to reach, and it was then that we were pulled out. And where are all the corpses you said they were supposed to be?
Oh, right. Let me get them on there.
I was promised more corpses.
I want more corpses. I want corpses now.
I want them now, Daddy.
And as I was swimming in and out of consciousness, I heard the scuffle of combat.
Lake consciousness.
and I've awakened to find myself surrounded by my fallen assailants. I hope I didn't do this. I don't believe I could have. That would have been rather extreme. But what? Skitter and Craig and Drez, they're here before me. And wait a minute.
But what happened to us?
What happened to your arm, Greg? He's missing his right arm, and all I know is that they rolled a lot of nat ones. That's it.
On the last episode of Dungeons and Dragons: Grave of Man, we found a portal, and we figured out the best way to go through the portal was to jump through it. However, when you're bad at everything, sometimes stuff doesn't go your way. So I landed on the portal at my shoulder, and got no arm.
No, I'm not.
Got my right arm went kaputs, and so did my health bar. But then Keith brought me back. I talked to Merrick a little bit. We worked out a deal, and he gave me this. He gave me some duct tape, and now I have this kind of Dimitri arm looking thing going on here. In fact, it is Dimitri's arm, but it's my arm now. So it's Greg Dimitri's arm, and it's holding my axe. So it's the best damn arm I could have asked for. Anyway, we landed on the other side of the portal eventually, and we think we're in the future. There was a giant slug monster. We worked out a deal with that thing. It let us pass as long as we gave it its lunch, which we did.
What lunch?
Drez didn't. What?
What
Oh, it was just some dead bodies. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Anyway, so we gave it some dead bodies. It was happy. And we found Alarin next to all these crystals. That pretty much covers it, right? So Greg runs over and jumps over the dead body and lands right next to Alarin.
What happened? Where, Greg? Where are we?
I mean, I was gonna ask you the same thing. I don't know where I am half the time, even if I am paying it, even if I'm looking around at things and people tell me what I'm doing.
I was dragged into that wall, and then I just heard these voices, and
Oh, so we're on the other side of the wall?
well, I
Alarm on the other side of the wall. I don't see it.
who? I go over and sort of look at one of the corpses. What are they?
Okay.
I will investigate.
So you look at the creatures, and
yeah.
okay. So you recognize their outfit is very similar. They to the Jin you found, but kind of less built for battle, from what you can tell. These look to be much more like infiltrators. You know, they're supposed to get in, grab you, and get out.
Well, they're pretty efficient with that.
They didn't get out so great, though.
No. Depends on what they're, going through.
But so that is...
Anyway, these are the Slod's dinner. Probably. Do you think he'll
Slod?
like me more if I give him these things?
Slod? Who's Slod?
I mean, Slad. I think.
Slad?
Yeah, I call him Slug Monster. He's not even really a slug. He is a monster, though.
Is he like the Beast?
Kind of got the same face, but I think that this guy's a little bit tubblier.
Oh, what happened to your arm?
Oh, I sat on a chair and attempted to throw the chair with me on the chair through a portal, and it went about as well as you'd expect, and I landed kind of on the side of the portal, and caught myself with my armpit on a rift in space, and my arm was rifted from my
Your
torso.
vocabulary can't make this sound smart.
Hey, don't be so tussle.
Tussle?
I'm smarter than you, Dimitri. Wait, no, Drez.
I can tell.
I have an intelligence of 20. That makes me the smartest guy in the room.
All right. So what killed them? Did I see any marks? Any
So they
signs
look
of
like
trauma?
they have been dissolved partially.
What?
Looks like they got hit by one hell of blob of acid, I guess.
And how was I spared?
It looks like you're not sure actually.
I mean, aren't most people we meet partially dissolved?
I think everyone's in a state of partial dissolve. Just a very, very, very small amount. It's because the air is full of hydrochlorics.
Yes, Greg, very good.
Anyway, Greg is gonna start stacking up a couple of the dead bodies to deliver back to his friend.
Oh,
Well, wait, is there anything on these
I
guys
thought you were
that
just bored.
might be able to help us? How do they access a portal in the first place? I start to rummage around. Do they have anything of value on them?
So they have scimitars, robes, a lot of like kind of deserty clothing. You do find, I guess you still got that in investigation. You find, I guess, 2 orbs and a stick.
Okay, what are the orbs?
The orbs, you don't know. You've never seen them before. They look different.
So they're not upgrade orbs.
They look
And-
similar, but these are like the fancy kinds.
Interesting.
One of the upgrade orbs is just the Bastion narrator.
Isn't that just kind of Damien? You just need to upgrade him some more.
Until he becomes...
But we need to find Damien's better half.
Oh no.
Damien is we're giving him enough intelligence to feel lonely.
All right,
sounds
and
like a
what about
Damien
this
problem.
stick? What's so important about this stick?
So the stick, it looks like a stave. It actually looks like they lifted it off a druid or something. You're not entirely sure. But it looks like it's kind of... It's like a short staff, that's been woven from, like, multiple vines or branches or something like that.
Huh. And Skinner, are there any magical qualities to this staff?
Um,
Also, how did everything fare with you and these guys while I was gone?
well, so far friendly fire has been the main source of danger, so it's about normal.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to be fair, the most damaging thing so far was self-inflicted.
Your dragonflies kind of hurt.
I called them out.
And
You're invisible. It's not fair.
do I still have all my gear? Like they didn't
Yeah,
take
no,
any
you
of it
have
off
not
of
been
me?
looted. As far as you know, they just left with you, and you're not sure why.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put on the death mask and see if their spirits yet linger.
Okay, you've never seen a ghost partially dissolved before,
Oh.
but you've got some partially dissolved
Gross.
ghosts.
Uh,
They don't look so great.
hello?
They look zoom in on some of those freaky looking ones.
Yeah.
They look like that, and they turn at you and kind of go. Well, they looked like they'd be screaming at you, but they're not screaming at you because ghosts don't make noise. sometimes. I guess they do. It's kind of this like weird hissing noise.
I was gonna say, doesn't she talk to ghosts all the time?
Yeah, it's true. I was thinking about like I can see dead people. Like they don't talk, but no wait, she talks to ghosts. These ones look like they've been they're going through some shit. The ghosts look more messed up than the physical bodies do.
Huh.
Oh my god.
What?
Soul render.
So I've gone ahead and licked this purple crystal. My perception roll of 9.
You
Tell me
What?
what it's like.
Okay.
What?
Of
So,
course you have.
Greg.
Ah.
Did you lick one of these earlier, or you thought better? Like you
I
thought
didn't lick
against
one
it or
of
something?
these.
Well, but
He licked the green crystal before.
Yeah, this is
And
a this
it
is a
turned
whole
into
new
an
type
elf.
of crystal.
This is a
Yeah.
different. This is the Eldritch crystal.
yeah.
He thinks he's a geologist looking at rocks.
Jeez.
Leave this to the professionals.
God, I hate to use this example, but it really is that like situation, the Jar Jar sticking his tongue between the pod racer thing.
Okay.
Like that's the only thing I can think of as like an
Whoa.
analogous thing.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, so Greg immediately just poofs right back up, and
his hair is probably really frizzy now too.
oh yeah, no, you look like a Pomeranian. If a Pomeranian was an orangutan man.
Pomeranian. Pomeranian.
Pomerangutan. Thlev.
This is an improvement.
And I target off the oven.
Can we keep him like this?
Greg tastes Drez.
Roll to hit. Your tongue's all messed up.
You might have to roll for a constitution check for poison.
That
I'm gonna
too.
assume that tongue is a strength
Okay,
weapon.
you miss Drez. His defense is too strong.
His just natural repulsion reflex kicks in.
You don't
It's
really
like,
want to
oh.
lick. You don't want to lick a blight claw.
They don't have my time to bear. Ah. So how many of the dead bodies have I stacked up?
Okay, so you
Are you gonna play the Towers of Hanoi with them or something?
Let's
No.
see. Each dead body is about, let's say, 200 pounds with equipment.
Oh my god.
Guys,
I
whatever
can probably only hold like one at a time then.
whatever got to them did not only considerable damage to their physical forms, but to their spirits as well. They're in such agony. I slip off the mask because it's just too much to bear.
I can relate.
Can I put it on? I want to try out the map.
But you better give it back.
Okay.
Okay. I let him wear it temporarily.
Okay,
Oh, could you say no to that?
so Greg,
Yeah?
you look at them, and actually you hear Beast in the back of your mind say, "Oh, you really should get out of there soon."
But so I see like all the dead, like the same things that Alarm was describing.
Yeah,
Why, Beast?
because well, you know those like weird slime things that you've been fighting this entire time?
Yeah.
Well, you happen to find Daddy.
Oh, fit. I take the mask off and hand it back to Alarm, and I think we gotta go.
Oh,
We'll just make this one our friend too.
No, we're not making friends with this one.
with what? What are you guys
You
talking about?
You don't want to adopt it for another 20 episodes?
Alarm, the thing that you were saying was gonna be all that killed everything. It's
Yeah.
probably gonna kill us too. So let's go.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not questioning that logic. Let's get out of
Acrobatics,
here.
jump across.
Okay, so that's not as good of a roll. This
Oh.
was a hard jump. You don't miss, but you're hanging on from the edge.
Okay, everyone. Chariot
damn it.
away. Poof.
Okay, so
Like pulling him up by his belt.
Drez, you fly over to rescue Greg and roll a perception check.
Oh, goody. That's a good question to ask. All right. That's not bad.
All right, that's actually enough. So you see something decidedly viscous flowing up the bottom of the island that Greg
oh,
is
cool. Not Greg. Okay.
hanging off of the bottom. No, it's not Greg.
Viscous Greg. Ew.
Yeah, you
I was
see
going for your belt, so I didn't want to hear about anything being viscous around there.
Yes, you see Greg's viscous unmentionables. No. No, but you do see a thing flowing up the island beneath you.
All right. I might have to lift
It's
Greg.
very big.
I'd still use the chariot card, so.
So Shell hops on her chariot and is beginning to try and fly away.
Time
Well-
to fly away with Greg.
I was gonna let Skitter hop on too, but if we can assail this thing from the air with a Pegasus-driven chariot, I mean, so be it if we have to. But I'm gonna try to pick them up.
Okay.
Maybe I'll throw
Chariot
down the
combat.
rope.
So we're gonna have to do initiative at this point because it
Yes.
realizes you're trying to skedaddle.
Yeah. Probably like most
Do I
things it's
even? I'm hanging on to a cliff.
You
edge.
get
I assume I have
initiative.
no
You can always
initiative.
pull yourself up.
All right.
At the very least, you're going to have turns in whatever happens today.
Let's see.
All right.
And I should probably roll for
like a
Skitter. Oh,
Gobber stopper slime monster.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's for people following along in the DM's guide, or not DM's guide, Monster Manual. This is sort of a Yocklol, but not.
We're just making words up now.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. I was trying to find like a good stat block, but like half of the things I found did poison damage. I'm like, that's a little bit too easy for not Skitter, for Drez.
No, it's cool. Just let me be immune to every boss.
Uh-huh. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so Drez, you see this thing more or less flow up onto the like little island that is in front of you. Now, once again, the gray islands and everything is actually much more spaced out than I've drawn. So it's like a significant amount of distance. Let's say double each square's value, maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So just double everything for the sake of rulerdom. So it's 60 feet to the gray island.
Okay. That's a ways away.
Yes.
How tall is this thing?
I would say it's about 30 feet tall.
Oh, that's a big ass thing.
It's big and stretchy, and it kind of flows a lot.
Yeah.
Ugh. What could go wrong?
So it's your turn, by the way.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, that's why I was... Sorry.
I'm gonna try to fly up.
Okay, with Greg, without Greg.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably a strength check.
Wait, here's an idea. So I'm holding Greg. What if I teleport up?
Okay, so you,
That's-
with Greg in your arms,
Now
teleport
it's just
30 feet
Now
upwards.
it's just a matter of carrying Greg as opposed to lifting Greg.
Yeah, so you are 30 feet higher.
Yeah. I don't know how to write it.
This doesn't really do Z-axis,
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Now it's just like a video game.
Bring me closer to the thing. I want to whack it.
You have bad ideas. I'm saving you from them.
Whack it.
How did you lose an arm today? Whose idea was that?
If only you had thrown me better.
Then you'd be dead. My
I
failed
said
throw
better,
is the
not
only
worse.
reason you're alive.
Better, not worse.
Pretty sure he would have been decapitated if I threw him harder.
I'm so glad Lauren's back.
So that she
Okay.
could watch us die.
So you're lifting Greg. Is that it? Just 30 feet up?
I could do can you sprint action teleporting? I can't really do
You can do it. You
moves.
can do a second teleport. It's a second move.
I could do that, because I can't really do actions right now very well. I think somatic is a component of everything, basically. I pretty
It
much
is-
always have
Yeah, it
to
is
use
most.
my
It's
hands.
kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. Now it's a 6.
Okay, so you're 60 feet up. So there's a good 30 feet between you and it, and kind of sort of the ground. All right, I guess it's its turn. You guys both need to make dex savings throws,
Oh.
as it more or less sprays sticky viscous fluid at you.
Yeah.
All right,
I am.
so you dodge
I
out of the
am-
way.
I am.
What about
Schmuck
Greg?
Master. How can he make a dex save? I'm carrying him.
Yeah, but he's below you.
I feel like my shmup skills just saved both of us.
If you nat 20'd, I'd say you'd be okay. But no. Bird?
Hmm?
Dex save.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
because he's dangling.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
So somehow... alright. So...
Wow.
You do a flip.
Temporarily, I start flying, holding Drez.
Yeah, you probably, like, grab Drez by the whatever and just, like, swing yourself up. Physics
kinda
takes a
do
short
like a-
break, and you get another 10 feet higher.
Now I'm just imagining Greg doing like a weird pole dancing maneuver around Drez
Yeah,
Oh,
and
good
flinging,
lord, no.
Oh
flinging them up into the air.
Olympic pole
Higher.
dragoning.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, God, that
I
didn't
have
need to be thought
several
of.
additional questions.
Alright.
Greg, or I mean, yeah, Greg's like kicking his leg out and like flicking his hair back. Ugh.
Alright. Skitter is going to delay his
Like
action
what you see, boys?
because he doesn't know what to do. By the way, that nat 20 lets you do more tricks for whatever your turn is, Greg.
Okay.
But Alarin and the chariot.
Okay. Well, I'm on the chariot.
Yes, you're on a chariot. Skitter has hopped on behind you.
And yet
Yes.
is somehow inconspicuous, invisible despite that.
I don't have a chariot here.
I mean, why don't you just make a two-person?
Here, no,
Outline
I've only
cue.
drawn one mount so far. So let me.
Oh, did a chariot never get drawn?
No, I've never drawn a chariot, but that's okay. I've got one mount that we can always roll back
What?
to.
Mini Drez?
There you go.
Oh, God,
Oh my
Yoshi
God.
Drez. I forgot about him.
There's
Ooh.
there's your chariot. This is usable by Alarin. There you go.
What if Yoshi was miserable?
Man. Okay. So I see that my friends are currently doing kickflips and such in the air to avoid
Sweet kick flips.
the monstrous maw or set of maws that are all trying to swipe at them. Okay, so it does look liquid in nature, right?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's like, I mean, it's definitely solid. Like, you can't just you couldn't say like evaporate this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it has definitely a very amorphous shape. Like, mouths will kind of grow and form and then disappear. It's kind of like the villain of Fern Gully.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, except minus Tim Curry's
Yeah,
singing
no,
voice.
it does not have a very suave voice, and it's not trying to convince you to just give in and pollute or whatever he was trying to do in that movie. I've only seen Fern Gully once,
good,
and I was very
guess.
drunk.
I'm a character.
Yeah, wasn't his name like
Smaug.
no. No. I thought it was just like Axis or something, or maybe that was the
His name was
company's name.
Capitalism.
Fern Gully, Hexus.
Hexus.
Ah,
Okay.
that's right.
I remember
never
it
liked
ended with
that movie.
the us.
It was weird.
I think Robin
was
Williams
really
was the
weird.
bat. Yep. He was the bat. Okay. So a giant amorphous blob thing. I'm going to maneuver around it so that we're not in the same line of sight as I can't move Skitter. As our compatriots. And I'm going to see if this has any effect on it. I'm going to use Cone of Cold on it. See if that has any kind of freezing effect on its form.
Okay.
So, let me see. So,
What kind of save is that, Dex?
it's a Constitution saving throw.
It succeeds.
Ah.
Wow.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Oh wait,
It
no, I
does-
forgot that.
It does half as much damage on a successful one.
I was lagging, and it was like, how did it save it? How did it win? It's at Dex. It's the size of an island.
It's very
It's actually
blue.
so this thing is actually like pretty quick.
It's very blue.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
It's-
so
I
it
still
like
takes
think we should
evil
make it our friend
gelatin.
again.
it takes half that
I can
for
work
Yeah.
damage.
So
How did Hakuna become our ally again? I don't remember anymore.
Kahuna.
Kahuna?
Yeah.
That was because I
we
convinced him.
persuaded him. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gave him a rousing speech.
Oh right.
it was about
You
how
just left
that,
him behind.
that squid guy didn't
Yeah,
We
where
didn't-
did we leave him anyway?
We left him
He's-
in the water. He was
He's
put
still
in
in
the
the-
water.
He's
He's
in the
still in the
water
Lake District.
defending that town because they needed
To be
a
fair, we
champion.
thought we'd be back.
I thought we'd be back.
We're going on a short trip, we thought, and then we got kidnapped and went to an interdimensional death space
An internet death space.
where we had to go past a bridge troll.
You must fight the alpha nerd. For
Oh,
survival.
no.
The alpha nerd. No. No one should have to fight
Well,
the alpha
actually, I don't like the term alpha nerd.
Well, actually, I have all of D&D memorized.
I've munchkined
No.
my character for the past 12 years. You'll never defeat me.
Oh, God. My character's name? Pun Pun.
I wonder what the longest
Look it up
running
later.
D&D campaign there ever was.
You look it up
'Cause I know
later.
there are ones where people have continued it for 30 years or something.
Yeah.
Like it's like those stories of people that always went to the Super Bowl together.
It's like actually tempting to plan out a campaign that's meant to be like 5 years long and just ridiculously like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Anyway.
not this one. Anyway, so you Kono called it, and it looks surprisingly unfazed.
Ah. Apparently it's not as liquid as I thought it was. Oh well.
Let's see. And Skitter, I guess, is just gonna chuck his hammer at it.
Valid.
Ooh.
Did that hit?
Ooh.
Yeah, that hits.
That's a lot of hurt.
admittedly, 5th edition is not so balanced for the equipment I've given you guys. I gotta figure out how to, like, buff your spells in a sensible approach
Yeah.
with equipment. Well, I kind of have. Anyway, so that's Skitter's turn. Greg, you are in the process of doing some sick flips. What do you do?
I'm going to manipulate Drez into bringing me closer by like twisting around him and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
And throwing off his flight pattern to pull me into melee range so I can start whacking on the thing.
I mean, did
All
I
right.
ever stop being his mount?
No, you were Dimitri's mount. This is the first
Yeah.
time you've been.
So I literally like I swoop on top of him and like I'm a dragon rider for this turn.
Oh my
Okay.
And
god.
I like force him to bring me down closer.
All right.
Helping people is always bad.
1,
Every
2,
time.
3.
All right.
Attacks.
You wail on the thing, and it looks. Oh, give me a second. Oh, I should have thought about that with Skitter. All right.
Oh, you mean thunder?
Yeah, this guy has elemental resistance, but that's not exactly obvious in there.
So it was resistant to ice.
Yeah.
Err.
It's resistant to all elements.
What?
Though that's kind of metagamey. Anyway, Skitter rolled a... Okay, so it takes 3 less. You guys have already done 100 damage to this thing. That is actually ridiculous. Anyway, Drez, it's your turn.
How's he looking?
He's looking... I mean, I'd say
You're a lot
unfazed.
closer to him, so.
Hale and Hardy.
I don't like that.
It looks like you've done 100 damage to him.
Well, the good news is that my hands are free
Yep.
due to this dragon riding nonsense.
The bad news is you feel the incessant urge to whinny, and you're not really sure why. I think both times you've been a mount, you were Dimitri's horse.
I am going to try a new toy. I'm gonna use Wall of Thorns.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the space of this a little bit. Let's see, draw shape. How do I make it? Damn it. Oh, wait, there's instructions. Hang on a second. Hold Alt for a circle. I'm learning things about D20. Roll 20. Roll, was it? Yeah.
Roll 20.
Yeah.
Yep. Roll 20.
Let's see. 20-foot diameter. That's actually really big. Shit. And oh, wait, no, a 20-foot diameter is not that big. Like that big, I want to say. Yeah, that's how diameters work. Like in here. So I'm using Wall of Thorns. I created tough, pliable, tangled, bristling, needle-sharp nightmare briar. It's just a circular wall that's 5 feet thick. And
Nice.
anyone that's there when it's summoned or enters it or anything has to do a dex save for this much damage. Oh god, I can't type right. 78. There we go. That much piercing damage. Those are not great rolls.
Those were awful. You hyped that up so much.
My 78 pounds to 23 damage.
How? How did you suck that much?
And if it succeeds, it takes half damage. Well, I'm creating a landing location.
What's the DC?
Oh, thank God it's 16. Oh shit. Wait, which
Nah,
roll?
it means it
Wait,
makes
which
it.
roll was it?
It already rolled a 15, so.
Yeah, did you roll the 15 and then what?
Yeah.
What are the 16 and the 16?
It's resistant to magic. I think this counts as magic.
Is it magic damage?
Let's see. Magic resistance. It has advantage on savings throws against spells and other magical effects.
Ah.
I'm just like,
Well, shit.
sometimes I have to. I'm like, does this count though? Because it's like a physical thing, as
It is a
opposed to like,
spell.
yeah,
If it said resistant to magic damage, then it would not work.
yeah.
It's not magical damage, but it is a spell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still landing in it.
Okay.
You're landing inside it?
Wait, you madman, I'm with you. Why would you do that to me?
All right.
But have you actually succeeded in hemming the thing in?
I mean,
Are-
if it's going to attack us, it's going to continually be shredding itself, so this will be interesting.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, it does take damage anyway, right? Just half.
Just half.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So that's... There we go. Okay. It is going to...
It's supposed to move 4 times as slow when it goes through the walls, but I don't think that applies because it's so massive and everywhere. But every time it moves at all, touching it, it's just going to get the damage again.
I'm
And
surprised it wasn't
hopefully I'll roll better.
Okay.
bisected by
Well-
all of that stuff.
Furthermore, first time it enters or ends the turn... So it can just keep making the dex saves. It seems weird they can make... Well, I guess since it's slimy, I guess it would make sense that it can take a dex save to avoid this. Okay, so roll damage?
Oh, for doing it again?
Yeah, because
It's-
it's...
Come
It's
on,
your
better
turn.
roll. That's better.
Oh, that's
Okay,
much better.
that
Mm-hmm.
is better.
But was it also...
Okay.
It also resisted it again?
So it is... Yeah, it did. It is going to try and slam and jam both of you. It does not succeed.
Wow.
Well, it's because-
We're taking turns with these rolls today.
You're like right beneath it. It probably can't.
Yeah, it's trying to engulf you guys, but it missed, which is really weird considering how big it is. It only gets 2 melee attacks.
It's
It
about as
doesn't-
weird as the fact that it's somehow evading the spikes that are inside it. This goes
Yeah,
both ways.
like I said a couple of rounds ago, physics has taken the backseat for a bit. Anyway, Lauren, it's your turn.
Let's see. Well, there are a lot of things I could try in this instance, but I suppose I just got a new spell. This will be fun. So I'm going to look at it with a piercing gaze. My eyes turn into ebon pools, and it has to make a wisdom savings throw.
Okay. Like she really is getting edgier by the day. It does not succeed.
And it falls asleep.
Oh my god, what?
It's
Wait, what?
not immune. Yeah, it
Not
passes
immune to
out.
sleep.
Yay!
How did we put together what? How did
Now
we
it's just
put
sleeping in a death throne.
Oh. Damn.
Now,
is
how
our
does
party?
sleep work? Because will it wake up if it takes damage?
The target falls unconscious.
That's
On
not
each
the
of your
question.
turns until the spell ends, you can use this to target another creature, but you can't target the same creature.
No, he wants to know how the effect works.
Let me see. One creature of your choice within 60 feet of you that you can see must succeed a wisdom savings throw or be
Okay.
affected by one of the following effects.
How about
Asleep just says the target falls unconscious.
Okay, incapacitated, can't move or speak. Drops whatever it's holding, automatically fails strength and dexterity savings throws. How does it wake up?
Wait. Hold on. Do I auto crit if I hit this thing?
might.
That's the coup de grace mechanic, isn't it?
If they're unconscious from sleep, the first attack automatically crits if you hit their AC. Then they wake up.
Yeah, okay.
Here comes
Until the spell
fun.
ends, the sleeper
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Well, Skitter, seeing that Greg is winding up, Skitter does nothing.
Oh! I thought he was going to snipe it from me to prevent...
No. Skitter
horrible
critting
things
is the
happening.
most disappointing thing ever, because he only does an additional 3d6 damage.
Wait, but couldn't we use
Uh,
this as an opportunity to escape?
Why escape when we can? Oh, what? It's okay. I auto crit, but for the
Yeah.
least amount of damage.
Yeah.
Let me roll one
Re-roll
D100.
that one.
Oh, I thought for a moment
No.
that you were actually you got a
If
critical
I got a
fail on that.
if I got a critical fail on an unconscious enemy, that would be the
for that little-
best.
If you rolled a crit fail on a coup de grace, you'd probably get double.
I'm sure at that point I deserve it.
I feel like you would self coup de grace on top of coup de grace the enemy.
Yeah, Greg.
Oh,
would
well, this one's a lot of fun.
All right. So you.
Let me roll 1d4 for you.
All right.
God damn it.
Okay, so you should probly re-roll your damage. by the
Yeah,
way.
there
you
you go.
Okay, so in a fit of almost disappointing, whatever, Greg winds up for a coup de grace on this thing. He's going to, whammo it. So he winds back, he hits it, it explodes into a shower of about 10 gemstones.
Just
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
In a fit of disappointing.
Anyway, here are my extra attacks on it. Oh no!
Did you really?
All right, roll again.
What?
I'm so glad we could be here together.
Oh
The
God!
Gladex of Wondrous Explosions is at it again.
I'm so glad I'm right next to you right now
Oh,
after
so-
saving you.
All right, 53. Oh.
Oh no! Why?
Why do I
Why?
help people?
What
Why do I
happened?
help
What did?
people?
No.
You enlarged the
I enlarged the target.
Oh. Never mind.
This has got so much worse.
I feel like that causes more spike damage.
Wait, but I thought there was like a negative effect or a positive effect depending on what
Yeah,
it was.
so if you'd rolled a nat... So it actually shrinks.
Okay.
Oh. What is? Oh yeah, it does. I did.
Yeah,
reduce
if
it.
you had rolled
Yeah.
a nat 1, then it would have
I would have
enlarged.
shrunk, or it would have enlarged. Whatever would be funnier, I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anyway, so you do 30 damage plus 38.
Wander, this boss looks really cool. Too bad we're gonna kill it very unceremoniously.
68. You do 92 damage.
What the fuck?
I'll reduce it by like 6, probably based on fire. Yeah. Jesus.
I can only use my spell once a day.
I already used up to 5 level and a 6 level spell, so
I've already forgotten how to math. I'll just do that. I'm winging the numbers. I mean, at
That's
this
good.
point,
That's
if I
what
was
I do.
following the stat block of this thing, you would have killed it twice over already.
Jesus.
But I've stopped following those a while ago, because, like, what's the point of a boss monster if you insta-gib it? Okay, so it wakes back up, and it doesn't like it. Drez, it's your turn.
That's why you summon 7 boss monsters.
And Skitter hits it.
I suppose this raises questions. Can I just Thorn Whip it into my own spikes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you can use and abuse your own environmental effects.
Achoo.
Alright, you hit.
That's a good AC roll.
Yep.
Alright. That's many sources of piercing damage.
Okay. So it takes full damage.
I'm just blending it. And yes, I am still working on that drawing. Is it dead again? Did it die a third time?
No, it's getting there. You've almost killed this thing 3 times over.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, again, this is not exactly this thing, but like, the amount of damage I've given you guys is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm using official
It's-
spells.
It's
yes.
starting to catch up a little.
That's I mean, at this point, Really, yeah, it just dies.
It died?
I mean, like, I'm just gonna give it to you. No matter what it does at this point, it's at most going to maybe take a chunk out of Greg. I give up. It just
I
kind of
imagine
melts.
after it shrunk, I just grabbed what was left of it with it and just spun it on the inside of the spike circle until
Yeah.
it just disintegrated.
All right.
You grated
So,
it like cheese.
Greg.
Oh yeah, you
Greg's
guys are covered
rolling-
in bad.
Greg's
Oh.
rolling
Really
animal
bad.
handling
Okay.
to try and take Drez in for like a 3-point landing.
All right. Well, you're already on the ground,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
really, you just like
I
kinda-
kind of buried
you just-
Drez's face in the dirt for a second.
I'm gonna have. What's the anti-grapple check? Or
you have
do I
to make a strength.
re-
You have to make a strength check to
Oh, goody.
ungrapple. Yeah. All right.
I'm just standing
Oh
there.
shit!
Still.
Greg, you fall unceremoniously onto your butt as Drez stands up, tired of your shit.
Yeah, we did it. Beast.
We're gonna pull the
Well,
smartest person in the group thing. I'm the strongest person in
and
the group.
what are they covered by? They're not
Okay.
starting to get acid.
So
like,
you
eating
guys
through
actually
them.
are taking small amounts of damage just standing here. The entire island is
Oh.
dissolving beneath your feet.
I give Greg a Drez a hug, and I say, like, take us out of here.
You
Am I
leap
immune?
into his arms.
Yes.
Is it acid damage or something?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's all acid.
Well, the one thing I'm not immune to.
If it had hit you, it would have done a lot of acid damage. But
I'm leaving the gross.
it got all of 2 turns before you just...
It's just the natural order of things.
Yeah?
All right. Well, how did you guys get here? Well, what direction should we head?
Back to the slide.
Just follow Rainbow
The
Road.
slide? Okay.
Yeah, the slug thing.
Okay. I assume he's the thing that's up in the upper left.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Lauren,
Yeah?
make a...
Isn't he just gonna want to eat
Perception?
Lauren for getting
I want to
past him?
say it's an int. Just make an int check.
Insight
Probably.
or
yeah.
intelligence?
Probably just intelligence.
To see if he knows what a slot is?
No, to see if she knows what these things are.
Nope.
You had no idea what that last thing was. Anywho, so Lauren is going places to the poorly drawn sled. Oh, I made a mistake.
Oh.
Uh-oh, poor Skitter. No.
Oh god, Skitter.
Stretch him back into
Skitter's so
shape.
wide.
Get him
Damn,
back.
Skitter, you've been working out your
Who
face.
would win? One big toad or one stretchy
got-
boy?
You got your face.
Skitter is
swollen.
just the shape of disappointment.
Wait, so,
Okay, so you find the slad. He's
Yeah.
sitting there and he is munching away on the 3 guys that you had already brought him, kind of totally ignoring the glass stuff. And he looks up at you a little bit surprised. Now, you're not bringing him any of the snacks. You've just come back to him,
Right.
right? Okay.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's in
he
the
better
way,
not
right?
think that I'm a snack. I'm not a snack.
So,
I mean, he will.
so
I
she'll
recommend
make
not
another
landing.
int check, by the way.
Yes. Please. No.
Okay. Yep, you have no idea what this thing is. It looks like a big frog. Anyway, so he's like, well, you're back. Did you bring any more snacks?
No.
Double boss fight.
What do you mean? What do you mean now?
I'll be honest. I just killed a really big thing, and it
You.
kind of left me wanting a little bit more. Do you want to fight?
What? But I thought you said that you allied yourself with him. What are you doing?
Have you
Like,
met Greg?
you feel free to say no.
It looks at you. It like peers around you towards the distance. And then it farts. Make a constitution check.
Fart on your challenge.
Is this for all of us, or
No,
hopefully-
just Greg.
hopefully
Greg's the
my-
only one in range.
Okay, good.
I'm immune to poison.
How can
Yeah.
you get? How is there a range on a fart? Never mind, I don't want to know.
it
Of course,
is-
there's a range.
So, when I say this thing farts, I mean it goes and just gas just billows out in the entire area. It's a 15-foot range. Any creature that starts its turn within 15 feet of this thing has to deal with the stench.
Uh huh.
Though I'm trying to figure out how much damage this is supposed to do because it doesn't say how much damage it does. It just says you're poisoned.
Well, poison is a damage. Oh wait,
But
not
it
a
doesn't
damage.
say how
Poison is a
much.
damage return.
Sorry, poison doesn't do damage. It just is an effect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you're
disadvantage on
poisoned,
attack
then
rolls.
it's just an effect.
All right, so you are unaffected by his stench. But so this thing
Well, how
stands
long
back
is he
up.
poisoned for?
No, he's not poisoned,
Oh,
and he's totally fine. This thing is a little shittier than the other thing you
Gross.
fought.
Well,
Gross.
Greg's a little shittier than he was a moment ago.
Yep.
Da,
Let's
da,
see.
da, da, da.
Okay, so this thing stands up, and you notice it kind of like shifts a little bit, and it looks a little bit less like just toad, and a little bit more like horny toad. It's got like a lot of spikes and shit that you hadn't seen earlier.
Okay, I
Uh-huh.
thought you were talking about something else, and I was like, oh.
And roll for, I guess
Get-
it'll
get
just
your mind
roll
out
for
of the gutter.
initiative.
All right, 11. That's not very great.
Just the whole thing about it standing up and shifting, I was just like, okay.
It was really enjoying the thought of combat.
There almost wasn't an F in that.
What the hell's with initiative rolls today? Every monster you guys have ever come across has never rolled well on initiative, and I have
Yeah.
no idea why.
I'm not rolling well either. Mm.
Let's see. Do we get a Drez roll? Or is Drez just sitting this one out?
Oh, are we rerolling?
Yeah.
I heard you say just it rolls for some reason, and I was like, all right, well.
Well, Drez
Oh my
goes
God.
first.
Oh my
Nicely done,
god.
Driz.
I've gone even further now.
Okay, so
How are
Drez,
we
this
so
thing
good
just
at-
tried. This thing just farted on your kind of friend. What do you do?
I mean, I laugh.
After being.
I'm laughing in the air, upside down. And that's my turn.
Skitter, I don't think
I am
Skitter gets it.
overcome.
Greg, it's your turn. You've been farted on.
This is insane. Okay.
I'm gonna do a Constitution check to fart back at him.
Okay. I guess it has to. Well, okay. It seems unimpressed by your fart.
Ah,
And then it's
not
gonna
a
try
very
and kill
impressive
you.
fart.
I find your
Oh,
thought
no.
unimpressive.
Let's see.
Oh God.
Ooh. Ouch.
What? No, I don't like
Two.
that sound.
3. And it
Oh,
misses
it's a
everything.
fine.
But it tries to, like, tear into you and just... God damn those rolls. Why do I even bother?
I think that's about the limits of my capabilities with
It,
game.
it just kind of lovingly strokes your armor. You're not
cleaned up
really
the-
sure what it's trying to do.
I cleaned up the lines a bit
Where did you put the doof somewhere?
in
Or the
the
goof.
one place.
Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm just gonna...
Aw.
Yeah, that actually looks really nice. Here, I'll download it and I'll vector it for next time. We'll do a true collaboration on this.
Where everyone
God.
has a hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you
straight-
blurred up all the shading. Oh, that's fine.
That is the Bakoof.
Right.
Round
That's the
2.
goof version.
Is it my
too.
turn?
Yeah. I think it's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. So this thing just
Philosophically, I don't know anymore.
this thing just farted on Greg and then started like gumming him with its mouth. Like you're not sure if it's trying to kill Greg or showing signs of affection or what.
Well, I will cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the beast.
Okay.
Has to succeed a wisdom savings throw.
It does not. It very much does not.
Okay, then it's laughing.
Alright. It is prone.
And
laughing.
prone and laughing.
Unbelievable.
Now everyone's just laughing at Greg.
Greg, your confidence takes a bit of a hit. Everybody seems to be laughing at you. Shell, Alarin's laughing, the Slad's laughing, Drez is laughing, Skitter's kind of got a nervous chuckle. You're pretty sure that the, like, magical not horse that is driving the, or pulling the chariot is probably laughing at you.
Oh, God.
Alright, guys. Now that whole misunderstanding has been averted,
Misunderstanding.
well, it wasn't so much a misunderstanding as...
Okay.
Did we just cause so much laughter that we ended the encounter?
Yes. Indeed. There was no reason to attack this thing he made a bond with, I suppose. I mean, yes, it likes eating the corpses of your enemies, but... Why do you have to challenge it, Greg? Especially to a farting contest.
Oh no, I thought I'd win.
Look at the size of it, though. Its large intestines is probably larger than you.
It's not about the size of the fart, it's about the heart of the fart.
Well, considering it's been eating partially desiccated corpses, I don't know what your diet is comprised of. I'm pretty sure it would win
Probably
on
mostly the same
multiple
thing.
gowns. I think we had better food than that.
So are you just actually gonna leave this thing alone?
It is sitting there laughing. Are you guys gonna do anything to it,
And
or?
it will laugh up for a minute until people start smacking it.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Alright, well the laughing's going long enough that Drez is bored.
Okay, Drez, you fly away. Greg, it starts biting. Nope, never mind. It falls off the fucking cliff.
What? What just happened?
It rolled
It rolled another net one. I give up.
It rolled off the
I give up.
Greg is going to absolutely treat this as a victory. He just starts like waltzing
It's not
around.
worth it.
He's just standing there alone on the rock, having accomplished nothing, going na 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 na.
Greg.
What the hell? Can I not have a successful combat encounter where you guys are reasonably challenged by anything? Apparently not.
The best fights are the ones that you win without doing anything. Greg goes over to like its pit of bones and shit
Okay.
and releases a victory fart.
All
Entire
right.
zone happened with like 0 risk to our characters. Did I take a single damage in this dimension?
Nobody took any damage this
No,
entire.
you guys both have taken 2 damage from standing in acid.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
well, that barely counts.
It makes my health a nice round 100.
Well, with a 21, he probably makes a momentous.
We might actually
show of
have a
flatulence.
short session today, owing to the fact that the 2 fights that I planned have utterly bombed. I'll
When
figure
we
it
fight
out.
God. That's how these RPGs always work, right?
With this luck, it'll roll a bunch of nat ones and like think itself out of existence.
Oh yeah, and the thorns are gone because my laughing broke my concentration.
All right.
Greg, do you want to lift?
Anyway, so Greg, while you are farting on its
Oh, never
belongings, you do notice that it has belongings.
Really? The creature has.
Yeah, the thing
stash?
has stuff.
Yeah, it had the bag of loot that he didn't care about.
Alright, I guess I've now won this stuff. So, I guess I'm gonna, like, start looking at his things.
Okay. So you find, let's see, what would it have?
God damn. What a playthrough.
You
Oh,
find,
boy.
actually not an insubstantial amount of, like, money and gems and whatnot. that it seems to have picked up. But I'm fairly certain Greg has no concept of personal wealth, so I'm not entirely sure what he does with those. He also finds.
Does he have a sign? Does he have a sense of personal shiny?
He does maybe have a sense of shiny. You find it almost looks like a pog.
Okay.
It's like a round disc, and it's kind of opaque. And in this case, this one
Lick
is. What was that?
He licked it.
Lick it.
You. Oh, okay.
Poorly.
So, you lick. Give me a second. So, it kind of dissolves into your tongue.
Oh no.
And
Oh no! When
your
did licking all rocks become a character trait?
When
your
I gained
tongue-
intelligence,
Oh no!
because I learned that
You
biology
you like
geologists
bumped
do it.
into a geology rock,
So-
a geology book.
You've never experienced this before, but when you're like just standing there, it feels like actually no, this is all of you. You just start floating away.
All of us?
No, just Greg.
Whoa.
You mean, oh, all of Greg.
Like literally,
All of
or
Greg.
like
Yeah, all of you.
emotionally.
Like your tongue is the
Like
epicenter of floating
emotionally,
away. But
dude.
physically you start just floating away.
Like just up.
Yep.
Ah! Skitter! We have to latch on to him. We drive the chariot over and I don't know, let's tie a rope around him. The carpet rope.
Okay.
Is he floating like a balloon
Yeah.
now?
So you have a little Greg balloon just kind of floating behind the chariot. He's still fuzzy from earlier, so like he really does look like he's like this weird fuzzy balloon.
Greg, didn't your mother ever tell you not to put strange objects in your mouth?
Before she was consumed by Greg.
Well, hey, is that a house I see over in the distance?
Okay. Drez, are you at the house? Make a perception check.
Let's find out. That one. Ooh,
Okay, you hear noises from inside the hut.
that's fine. That's normal. I'm relaxed. What kind of noises?
I like people whispering to each other. Probably.
I assume you're charioting me. down
Yeah,
to the house.
I'm
Okay.
dragging you over.
Okay.
Skitter needs to
Now
follow
I'm more
too.
relaxed.
Okay, so you scoot up
Out of
to
line
the
of sight.
out of line of sight and close enough to maybe listen in. With that perception check, let me roll for them. Let's see, what can you hear? That's interesting. They tied you. You can hear indistinct whispering. That's it.
They tied me. They tied me at what?
You don't know.
Deception. I don't know.
Being quiet.
The way it generally goes is whoever's doing the check wins ties. They're all
Yeah,
treated like attack
but
rolls.
they're trying to not be heard by you, and you're trying to hear them.
Ah, so they know I'm here.
Yes.
Jess, what's going on?
You don't know to whisper. Stop metagaming, Shell.
Sorry.
It looks like Drez is taking a nap by the side of the house.
I imagine that it's very apparent what just happened because I imagine that they're very apparent right now and very very conspicuous because they just landed in a chariot.
Pegasus coming
yeah.
over. Well, is this grass
With a
or is
giant
this,
bear
or is this
balloon.
goo?
It's grass and cobblestone and stuff.
Okay,
Oh
because
my
I
God.
thought it was a lagoon of green muck. Okay, so it is
The
actually
Greggy
grass.
Day parade.
Greg
Okay.
as a balloon like flails his arm around.
How
like,
long does
You
this
can
last?
you can still speak, Greg. You just have
Oh.
no weight.
I think
But
at
it's
this point the
funnier
chariot
if
would be
you
gone,
can't.
right?
What was that, Shell?
Will the chariot be gone now that we've landed?
It dissipates.
Okay.
Alarin, don't let go. Whatever you do.
I mean,
Oh.
how much force is the Greg balloon tugging
It takes
with?
no effort to hold him in place.
Okay.
He is as heavy as the rope is tied to him.
Burp, Greg. You need to burp.
Why did he have
alright.
to lick the wafer of weightlessness? Okay.
There you go. I have burped.
You rolled a burp.
You successfully burp. You do not go down.
Oh no, he can't burp forcefully enough to expel Willy Wonka's bubble soda.
Greg is gonna like stick his tongue out and start like trying to rub his like paw against it to like
Okay.
get some of the wafer off.
You mostly just get a tongue full of hair.
Oh God!
Gross.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
I
just it was a
I feel like you're
distinctive
probably
like
used to that.
you touched it with your tongue, and it's not that it like dissolved like Tums or medicine or whatever. It just like winked out of existence the moment
Oh
you
no,
like
he just
tongued
has a
it.
permanent state
Oh,
of
no.
floatiness now.
Huh.
You can't just lick things at random. Some of the changes are permanent, like real life.
Hello?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Actually, I mean it's totally quiet in that hut.
Yeah.
Also, you still don't know that there are people in there, Shell.
I don't know that there are people in there, but it's a house.
True.
So,
well,
hello?
Yeah, she
everything-
has never seen the house before.
It's true.
And we
Sorry.
didn't explain it to her.
She did whisper earlier, so my assumption was just metagaming. Anyway, so Greg just starts floating away again.
No, I'm
you're
I'm
holding the
holding
Greg
onto him
balloon.
on the rope.
Okay, here. I'm gonna
But-
give you control over Greg so that you can carry the Greg
No,
balloon
she'll
around.
forget.
Nah,
I'll.
it's not that I'll forget. You should just
Oh,
follow me,
Determined
bird.
by character settings. I guess I can't do that. Never mind. Okay.
We
Anyway,
just need to get him some heavy boots.
So you peer through the door, and what you see inside is about was it 3 dudes? 3 dead dudes?
3 dead dudes?
Yeah, and they're just kind of splayed about the room.
They're dead? I put on my mask.
All right, you see 3 ghosts lying on the ground.
Wait a minute. Ghosts don't lie down.
That's impossible.
Well, it's just that means that their spirits are like still in their bodies. Like they haven't been parted from them. Usually when I see ghosts, they're hovering above their bodies because they're disembodied, because that's what happens when your spirit leaves your body. But these guys still have their spirits in their bodies if they're all laying down and their spirits are lying down in exactly the same pose, right?
I'm just trying to think of the properties of this floating now. Like, does it just affect his physical body, or everything is wearing?
Everything on Greg's person is weightless. So if you wanted to get rid of Greg permanently, gust of wind.
Aw. Don't do that, though.
I mean, I've had many opportunities to get rid of Greg permanently.
And what do their spirits look like? Are they
All right.
disintegrated
They look
as well?
like 3 really old dudes. Maybe it's hard to tell. They look like 3 guys that like they have been dead for so long their ghosts have shriveled.
Oh. Oh.
What? Ew.
Hello? I can see your spirits there. Have you been trapped here for very long?
You notice like one of the they all kind of like look at you sidelong and then go back to looking up at the ceiling.
Hmm.
They're not doing such a good job with you.
I sort of poke my head inside and I look up at the ceiling to see what's so mesmerizing.
It's some rafters and dried grass thatched roofing.
Okay. And is there anything of note about their attire or the
They
contents
wear
of the room?
tattered robes that like barely cover their bodies at this point.
And their bodies are like truly far gone. Like
They
they've
don't
been
look like they
mummified.
rotted. They really look like they mummified where they fell.
Either something sucked the essence out of these people or I mean, they did acknowledge me. I said I can see you.
They're trying to ignore you, Alarin.
Make a perception check.
Yes. Okay, perception.
Okay. They don't seem to react. They look very catatonic.
Hmm.
But you swear that you did see them look at you earlier.
Well,
Alarin, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but why are you talking to a bunch of dead bodies?
they still have their spirits within them. They haven't.
Oh, right. You got your mask of seeing weird things. Right.
Yeah, I do. It's just they looked at me for a moment and then they went back to staring absent-mindedly at the ceiling. I try to
how's
look.
a dead body gonna look at you?
Well, it was their spirits that looked at me through their
Oh.
dead bodies. Like, their bodies probably stayed in the same position because they've been mummified that way, but the spectral heads turned slightly and they looked at me. Okay. I'm going to look about do they have any furniture in this place?
So it looks like most of their furniture is made out of stone, kind of badly.
Mm-hmm.
So like a stone table, stone beds. Most of it is just slabs of rock with like bits of torn cloth and
In
whatnot.
the corner, there's just this one rock where you can't quite
And
identify what
this
it was
house
supposed to
looks-
be.
Yeah.
The exterior looks so well built, but are you saying it's really just...
Oh no, that exterior
cobbled
is just
together?
because I copy and pasted it.
Yeah.
This looks like somebody took 4 large flat stones, made walls with them, and then slowly collected a lot of grass and like kind of made a roof out of it.
So these people, they were trapped here, and this was all that they could, cobble together from the cobbles of this floating island. Yeah, because they probably just tore grass out of the ground to make the grass roof, right?
Yep.
Did it look like they died of starvation or through magical means?
They don't look emaciated. It looks like whatever did them in was either really slow or like kind of magic.
Did that creature that fall into the abyss earlier say anything to you about what this realm is? Like, how long had it been in here? And who are the the bodies that you're feeding it? What were they?
I didn't really stop to ask. He just said that they were the people that got past him, and that he didn't like it when things got past him.
Well,
And
get past him to where? What was he protecting?
I guess, well, as far as I know, you, but I think that you probably were there after the bodies were there. So there must have been something over there that all those bodies wanted to get to while they were alive before they became dead.
But then
Maybe
they
we
were...
should have actually checked out those crystals.
Well, yeah, and I mean, they were partially dissolved, but that was likely because of that slime monster that we encountered.
Do you think that slime monster was protecting a treasure?
Well, something.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring me back over there. I wish to find treasure. Greg, kind
Okay.
of walks through
Rez
the air
just
very
flies
ineffectively.
through the comic panel.
Okay.
Separates the two worlds.
I suppose I'll have to either dimension door us over there, or...
You notice that you can kind of use Greg to float jump.
Oh, well,
He's
Oh,
like
no.
he's
does,
like the
does my
umbrella
weight
in-
counterbalance him enough so that we
Yeah,
can just...
you
He'll
can
come
keep
back
him
down.
down, but like as long as you've got Greg, you've got kind of a slow fall going on.
Whee!
He's not going up, but he doesn't go down either. He just kind of goes.
You should just wear them on your back, like this misshapen, furry version of Flood.
Yeah.
Some really the oversized. Wait, no, Tui and Banjo.
Alarin Sunshine.
I really was thinking Banjo and Kazooie, but you only
Mhm.
play as Kazooie. Anyway,
You
so
get every
you
sound
Uh-huh.
effect programmed into your goddamn brains.
Oh my god. Oh, stop.
Wow. I
It's a little bit more aggressive.
I have not played
I was trying not
much
to
of
hurt
either,
myself.
but I
Yeah.
remember those.
Yeah, dude, I fucking launched Banjo-Kazooie once, and just the start screen on the 360 started playing, and I heard every sound again. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't thought of this in 20 years. What's happening?
Okay, so you come back to the crystal area. You notice the storm is rolling in.
Wait,
like
there's
it's
a
getting
storm?
thicker. Yes, right. That was something I described to these guys, not so much to you.
Yeah, you didn't describe that.
So you guys have kind of been on the periphery of this giant storm for more or less since you woke up, but it's slowly like getting closer.
And it's
Huh.
probably some roiling mass. Does it have any like thunder inside
It's
it?
purple. Oh yeah, there's lightning, there's electricity, there's stuff.
Uh-oh.
Quickly. And investigate like well, I mean, I don't know what I can see from around here, but I'm just gonna use my vantage point to see if I can see treasure from a distance.
Okay.
Ah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay,
He's quite
so,
the investigation. He has
Greg.
He's a very good vantage point from being a couple feet off the ground.
So Greg,
Yeah.
you notice a hell of a lot of stuff. Sort of. So inside the crystals look to actually be Dimitri. But like
Huh?
about 13 Dimitris.
What?
Huh?
And they look to
Oh,
have been
no.
fighting something.
Oh no.
And they're frozen
Yeah.
in the crystals.
Yes.
I'm still continually convinced that instead of a D20, Bird just has a coin.
Yeah. So to be totally honest, I kind of want Bird to just start rolling a 1 die 3.
Where something happens and
Or
nothing
no,
happens.
probably a die 4. Crit fail, crit success, fail, success. Just those 4. Just kind of the quad boolean. We'll just
To
go
be
from there.
fair, basically nothing changes, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that's almost why I want to establish it, just so we can just accept the cycle of chaos and go from there. And we're not going
Alarin!
to do that for this
Alarin,
Yeah?
the rocks are full of assholes.
What? Ew. Gross.
Not literally. It's full. Greg kind of poons into the rock to kind of indicate, like, Dimitri's. Poon. Poon.
Just like
do you
awkwardly wiggling towards it.
What do
Yep.
you mean by Dimitri's plural?
Okay, so now that he's pointed out to you, you look inside the crystal and it's like they're pretty like opaque, but you can see there are a bunch of metal men
Oh.
inside these crystals.
And do they look like Dimitri?
They look like Dimitri, yeah. Not exactly, but, you know, mild variations between each. Some have, like, crossbows for arms, and some other ones have just, like, you know, different setups. But it looks like there's a bunch of kind of combat machine men, and they have been frozen.
Huh. And you said that they looked like they were fighting each other or
No,
fighting
they
something
were fighting
else?
something. Like, some of them are quite damaged.
Huh, that's interesting. I put on a mask just to see if there's any spirits to them. They're likely
No,
purely mechanical.
there's nothing left. You don't even see the spirits of the like half dissolved guys anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what we can do. I'm going to step back with Greg, and I will cast Shatter on one of the smaller crystals, I think.
Okay. So you shatter the okay, you shatter the thing. Sorry, I wanted to see if there was I was hoping I could look up like a random loot generator for a bit, because I'm tired of giving you guys these like really personalized loot.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Well, no, like I want to keep doing that, but I kind of want to give some like regular D&D items, because there's a lot of those. I just never do.
True.
Okay. Unfortunately, all the generators I can find are just purely like money, and I don't care about money. Well,
Aw. That's quite a thought.
pays the bills. That's all I want it for. Anyway, so you shatter one of the crystals, and almost immediately the crystal just falls into a bunch of chunks.
Okay. Well, what about the metal men inside?
They fall down too.
Oh.
Oh, there we are. Weird.
But they're
magic.
not broken out of the crystal. They break apart with it.
They kind of fall out. You didn't really shatter them. You shattered the crystal.
Okay,
They
that's
do
good.
look kind of damaged, but it looks like that might have just been it.
All right, because I want to get a closer look at one of these guys.
Okay, never mind. I found an amazing generation tool.
Are you also doing a generation tool right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna. So there's a site called donjon.bin that has a weird magic item generator, and so I'm just gonna give you guys some weird.
Is that
shit
literally
for a
what it's
little-
called? Weird magic item generator?
Yeah, it's one of the items on the drop down: magic tomes, magic items, ciphers, trinkets, weird magic item, also wild magic searches and traps and stuff. But I mean, let's be honest, weird magic items are great.
Mhm.
So there is some amount of loot on these people. Not really sure what it does though.
Okay. What's the loot?
Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna copy and paste these. Be nice if I could. Okay.
But I also did want to take a look at the mechanical being.
Okay. At the mechanical being. So let's start with that while I generate this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the mechanical beings, on closer investigation, you don't find too much out about them, just apart from the fact that they do kind of look like Dimitri.
Are there any markings on them? Any kind of energy source?
It looks like they actually look kind of rough. Like they might have been built hastily. But no immediate markings, no tattoos. It looks like whatever power source they had has been drained.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And did the crystals just grow out of the muck, the ground, or what?
Yeah,
Why here?
yeah. It looks like the muck kind of slowly covers everything on the island, and then the crystals start growing out of it. There's a lot of like smaller crystals popping out of the muck.
Why on this island of all the others?
And so the party remains trapped on this little pocket mystery dimension, whatever it is. Rift between worlds, maybe? They can't find a way out. There's mysteries around and, well, some mildly disappointing fights behind them. But, well, how will they get out? And what awaits them back in Zagnoth? I'll find out next time on the next episode of Dungeons & Dragons: Grave of Man.